Hesed Gabo with 11 points. Third straight game in double figures in scoring for the floor general of the Pangasinan Heatwaves. And Nueva Ecija, the bench mob led by Byron Villarias with 11 points as well. Billy Robles with 6. JC Marcelino with 5. All of those three guys coming off the bench. And majority of those 28 bench points that were really vital in the first two quarters. So let's see what adjustments each team makes here in the second half. It's do or die. Game number 3. Coach Don Dulay, Coach Gerson Cabiltes, Nueva Ecija, and Pangasinan.
And also like yung depensa ng bawat teams, ano? Yung pag-strong hedge nitong Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards, forcing the ball of their primary playmaker, and also yung show naman para dito sa Pangasinan Heatwaves.
Good sign for Pangasinan. Vic Manuel scores his first 2 points of the game.
And very important, he only had 2 points lang siya nung second half nung game number 2, if I recall correctly. So it's important for him to get in a good groove, start of the second.
Celis squeezing through traffic. Was fouled from behind. But Celis will be tested again at the line.
I don't know if it's just me, pero feeling ko sobrang laser focus ni Rob Celis, no, in this series. I like how you and Coach Chris put it, that this was a compelling series, which really has lived up to its expectations.
The struggles continue. He is 4 out of 14 overall from the free throw line in this series.
Shot mechanics, tama. So it really appears parang it's really more of mental, no? Pagdating dito kay Rob Celis.
2 of 5 today. Another split. Isang puntos ang lamang ng Nueva Ecija. On the floor for Pangasinan, Alin Bulanadi, Harvey Pagsanhan, Jory Napoles, Hesed Gabo, and Vic Manuel. Bulanadi gives it up to Gabo, guarded by JV Marcelino. Napoles, the up fake, the one-hander is good.
Well, if kanina nakita natin yung right side wing ang nagiging source ng mga 3-point makes para dito sa Heatwaves, dito naman twice already here in the second half na nakita natin kaliwang poste ang inaatake nitong Heatwaves.
Macaloni straight to the rack. Has struggled in game number 3. That's only his 6th point, but he does have 10 rebounds.
And has not gotten that kind of look. Medyo matagal na rin for Will.
Pull up J by Jore, no good. Macaloni hauls in his 11th board. The Marcelino twins starting here in the third quarter, together with Will Macaloni, Robbie Celis, and John Wilson.
Might be the strongest 5 on the floor for Nueva Ecija right now. The twins, Will, Rob, and Byron.
JC, the slight Hesse, but could not finish. Pangasinan on the run. Napoles, derecho, puts it in.
4 quick ones for Jory Napoles to start the second half, and that lane pretty much open. Nobody stopped that ball high, and so Jory decided to take it.
6 points for Jory Napoles. Left open for free is JV. It will rattle out. Another rebound for Napoles. Over 2 minutes gone by in the third period. Pangasinan has gone exclusively to Jory Napoles, but that time he misses. JV. Kick out pass deflected by Pagsanhan. And he commits a foul. Harvey Pagsanhan, second foul. The fast break of the game is brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme Magpalamig, free installation for split-type air conditioners.
Oh, walang stop ball doon sa atake na ni Jory Napoles. Really just a couple of defenders waiting for him down the paint, and just an easy finish for Jory.
JC. Napoles making quite an impact here to start the third. The pass to Bulanadi, well challenged by JC. Bulanadi gets it back for Pangasinan. One-on-one against John Wilson. Alin. This time he creates a situation in drawing a foul against John Wilson.
John Wilson says he didn't, but I felt he did on that drive by Alin Molinari. First, he wanted to reject that middle attack and go right side of the floor. Na-shut down naman yun ni John Wilson, pero ang ganda rin ng balik ng depensa. Pero natawagan ng foul.
Molinari hits the first free throw.
Just scored 8 points each game in game number 1 and game number 2.
Yeah. This was a guy that averaged 17.7 points in their playoff run with Basilan. Commissioner Kenneth Torremdes with the head of security, Rudy Distrito. 48-45. Celis tumitingin sa ilalim. Locating Will Macaloni, facing a double team. Makes it anyway. And a bonus free throw coming up after getting fouled.
Now that was a good decision by Rob Celis to go to Will Macaloni. Vic Manuel has a couple. Vic Manuel fronts him. And just the right read right there to try to get it over to Will in the hope of getting another foul from Vic. Pero ito yung foul dito itatawag kay Harvey yata.
Macaloni, three-point play opportunity. 9 points, 11 rebounds for Will Mac. He ties the ball game up at 48 apiece.
And he continues to shoot very well from the line. 3 of 5.
Manuel facing up against Macaloni, the muscle man. And Macaloni standing his ground, able to set his feet. Coach
Depensa nito ni Will Macaloni.
Ball almost stolen away. JV inside. Celis for the basket.
Rob Celis waking up so far here in the third quarter. A good feed and a good finish.
7 points for Robbie Celis. Nueva Ecija back in the driver's seat. Ball will stay with the Heat Waves. No more challenges for Nueva Ecija. Since the game is powered by 747 Live. Dito ka sa legit. Inside, Mabulak will troop to the line. This game has featured already 13 lead changes and 11 deadlocks. And for more on these two teams, let's go to Mika.
They are okay with this, trailing but present, but with their backs against the wall really. What do the Heat Waves have in mind? They will try and improve their rebounds, their fast break points, their field goals, turnovers, even down to their free throws. And you were right, Coach Mike. Victoria, Bulanadi, 2 out of 4 players they pushed. No, Coach Gerson pushed, including Galanza and Napoles. Won game 1 because they were pumped. They had more energy than the Rice Vanguards. More importantly, hearts of champions against their former team. In game 2, though, they failed themselves more than anyone else. So today, Coach Gerson went out of his comfort zone and dealing with the boys, usually with a high-toned voice, diba? Game face, no? At saka maraming details. But tonight, instead of his usual huddle, he showed the boys a video of their families, messages from loved ones, no? Inside the dugout care of course, none other than Dan Xavier. There were tears, and in the end, he said, "We are here for them and the province of Pangasinan," and that should be enough. Ken, Coach Mike.
Maraming salamat, Mika. I don't know about you, Coach Mike, but I really got goosebumps hearing that story there.
You know, not to exaggerate, but I felt that message of Coach Gerson. And what a way to approach it. Normally, pag ganito, guys, you try and harden up, guys, but you know, soften up everything, bring everything down to the very simple things of life, understand what it's all about.
It's the life of the coach. You try everything to motivate your players. Because at the end of the day, sila yung nasa loob.
Agree.
I mean, you could coach anything that you want, but Robbie Celis has come alive here in the third period.
Oh, and come alive has he done. An assist earlier now, a couple of really good-looking buckets, which makes him look as the previous Rob Celis that we've known. Efficient, in control, and focused.
Nueva Ecija with a 3-point lead. Vic Manuel, one-hander off the side of the backboard. Celis comes away with it. On the run, Robbie Celis lost it. Victoria tried to get it. It's a jump ball. Possession arrow pointing to the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. The Play of the Game is brought to you by 747 Live. Dito ka sa legit. Your game, your chance, your thrill. Only with 747 Live.
And that really happened because JC Marcelino stayed in control, and so does Rob Celis. Tried allow that defense to fly by Vic Manuel for that easy deuce.
Sobra yung tira, pero nandoon to clean it up was JV Marcelino.
Well, similar to the swat earlier by, was that Byron Villarias? I don't think this was a foul. Yeah, I don't think that was a foul.
That's why Coach Gerson wants to challenge that last foul call.
That really was just a good recover of that shot and then a good putback. Nothing else.
We'll find out if he's right when we come back after the short break.
Upon review, the challenge was successful. There was no
Coach
foul.
Mike ulit, successful si Coach Gerson sa pag-challenge doon. So walang foul.
And then clearly after that shot, kita mo nasa likod lang si, was that Jore? Yeah, there was nothing in there.
The basket will still count for JV Marcelino. 54-49. Pangasinan trailing by 5. Melencio inserted here by Coach Gerson. Approaching the halfway point of the third. Pulanadi matched up against John Wilson. Napoles tried to locate Melencio, but a careless pass intercepted by JC Marcelino.
It was so careless that there was no way that ball was going to get to that side of the floor down on the low. Especially that it passes through. Ilang blue shirts yung dadaanan, no? And stationary lang yung makaka-receive ng bola natin. Not really a good pass by Jory.
I feel like in this game, Coach Mike, compared to game number 1, mas on point yung depensa ng Nueva Ecija, no? Because you saw in some plays where nalilibre, whether it's backdoor or matchup for Pangasinan, pero very limited yung nakikita natin ngayon in their offense, talking about the heat waves, because of the staunchy defense na itong Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards.
Oh, tsaka ano eh, I think the term there is discipline. Sa depensa, nobody, gambles or anything. They just stay where they are and see the looks that they're supposed to defend against on the defensive side.
Now they're reduced to Napoles, trying to create. But he comes away with a foul call against Nueva Ecija.
That's going to be number 2 on Will.
That's a luxury though if you're Pangasinan. You have someone as versatile as Jory Napoles. Bong Cuevas sternly looking on. Napoles missing his first free throw.
Tsaka there were certain points in the series, Ken, when you felt like you felt na mas maliit tingnan yung Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards versus the Heat Waves. But these guys really definitely fought back.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Split at the line for Jory Napoles. Christian Manaytay comes in.
All the points of the Rice Vanguards very near the paint. None of them in the perimeter so far.
And that's where they at their best. Talking about Nueva Ecija. JC missing on that mid-range jumper. Melencio on the right side. Hard show by Macaloni. Melencio continues. Finds a cutting Jory Napoles, who lays it in, plus a foul.
I've always believed that Jory Napoles is best on a catch and shoot, especially on a downhill. Because he moves a lot without the ball. With that defense pretty much concentrated on ball, it just allows that entire side of the floor for Jory to operate on.
Sablay nga lang yung kanyang bonus free throw. Battle for the ball, it ends up with JV Marcelino. Initial call was the shot. The foul came before the shot. They will review it just to make sure. 54-52, under 4 minutes remaining. By the way, happy birthday to Jude Bantog from Coach Mike. Happy viewing. Isang Heatwaves fan ito. And also, just want to greet Councilor Eileen Tolentino who's watching. Balita ko hindi ko alam banggitin. Baka yung kasama ko dito baka ano sabihin sa akin sa biyahe.
Ganun.
Oo. First free throw is good for JC.
Yeah, but ito si Raul Manarang has always been watching yung mga laro ng Heatwaves, him coming from Pangasinan. And Jude Bantog is an office mate of mine from JFC before. Now he works for another brand.
Parehong free throw na ipasok ni JC Marcelino. Also, happy birthday to Riley Perez.
Oh, there you go. Riley, look. Happy birthday.
Some camera time for Riley.
Happy birthday, Riley. I love you.
56-52. Si Riley, pinapanood yung kanyang idol who has had himself a strong third quarter here, Robbie Celis.
Oh, that's why he wanted to watch today.
Napoles going to work. He misses. And another foul against Pangasinan. Both teams are in penalty.
Ako, I like that Jory Napoles is aggressively attacking the paint. But guys gotta help out in, securing offensive rebounds also para dito sa Heatwaves. Kasi that number right now is being won by, again, Nueva Ecija. That's a +6 in their advantage.
Macaloni. Another double-double. 10 points and 13 rebounds. What a magnificent series for Will Macaloni. Facing against his former coach, his former teammates. Sablay nga lang yung kanyang pangalawang free throw. 57-52. 5-point lead for the Rice Vanguards.
Always staying ready, Will Macaloni. Whenever his number's called, didn't have that good game against the Heatwaves in the regular season, but here this quarterfinal has been so good.
JC with a cheap foul sends Ian Belencio back at the free throw line. Pangasinan trying to be only the second team in MPBL history to get past the first round as a 7th seed. Jay Collado and Hesen Gabo. This free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Both those guys I've mentioned were part of that team when they were with Quezon City. They were able to beat the number 2 seed Makati in the first round of their playoff series.
And I mean, let's face it, even last season, you see a 3 on its way for John. Even last season, talagang inaabangan kung magkikita ba sa playoff itong Heatwaves at ang Rice Vanguards. But it's been a tough route for the Heatwaves getting here.
Galanza, Dahesi, lost it. Another turnover against Pangasinan. Their 15th.
And sorry Ken, but Christian Manaytay, I'd like to say, is also a guy that's meron mga teams na kontrapelo sa'yo. Feeling ko itong Pangasinan Heatwaves kontrapelo para kay Christian Manaytay. He's been having a difficult time providing offensive contributions for the Rice Vanguards.
Pakasa sa loob, Macaloni. It's an offensive foul.
Ooh.
And he could not believe the call.
Was it?
Coach Don, befuddled.
You gotta see that again.
Oh yeah, he did.
Ward with the left.
That's an easy goal. 57-54, gaya ng binanggit natin. 7 puntos lang ang pinakamalaking lamang so far in this ballgame.
Ganung kadikit yung larong to.
Mabulak sizing up Will Macaloni. Napoles, shot fake. As Manaytay stumbles, Napoles able to take advantage.
Short pull-up. He understands nobody's been camping on the nail. Nobody's helping out. And just an easy read for Jory Napoles.
Papasa isang lamang. Billy Robles is in for Nueva Ecija. Approaching the 2-minute mark of the third. Villarias, the flyby, the free. Ball ends up with Lawrence Victoria. Kicks it out. Melencio can't connect on that three-point attempt. Rebound number 14 for number 14, Will Macaloni.
See, that to me is the difference with Lawrence Victoria on a Heat Waves jersey. Aatake na yun kung gano'ng open floor, but this time he really tries to find his teammates. Oh my goodness!
Mintis nga lang.
Alam, same play.
Napoles, derecho, lays it in. 13 points for Jory Napoles.
You can't help but get a flashback of that Billy Robles undergoal stab from game number 2.
But just like that, Pangasinan is in the lead, 58-57.
Inunti-unti nitong Heat Waves, itong Rice Vanguards.
Villarias, back to JC. Robles doesn't take the free. A bit hesitant this time. The Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards, 3 seconds left on their shot clock. Villarias to bail them out. Wala pa din, but JC left open. Nobody marking him on that rebounding battle.
Staying active after a miss, that's where they've been so good, itong Rice Vanguards.
Lead back to Nueva Ecija, 59-58. Melencio snaking through traffic. Mabula caught pushing off. And they are in penalty. Wala nang nagparaka kay JC.
Oo, malinis no? Nobody boxed him out, and so that was a clear offensive rebound for JC.
We will get a breather. Will Macaloni nagbabalik sa free throw line. 4 out of 7. Strokes in the first.
And he gets fouled a lot only because he stays active on the rebounds and he gets a lot in the paint.
Will Macaloni, 12 points and 14 rebounds. He gets a much deserved breather here at the tail end of the third. Hamido comes in to spell him and provide some quality minutes to close out this period. Melencio using 2 screens. That familiar play, Manuel likes this matchup against Jam Ramito. He puts it up, no go. Robles snares down the board and another foul 90 feet away from the basket. Laban sa Pangasinan.
And that coming off a battle for possession after that miss by Vic Manuel. Heat Waves right there running a little play that's called Finland, where you get a back screen and a pin down and a weak side guy going to the strong side post. That guy happens to be Vic Manuel, but they came up empty.
Robles sinks in the first free throw.
Well, Billy's been so vital, a piece for the Rice Vanguards.
2 for 2. 8 points for Billy Robles.
Perfect from the line, still made all 6 of his attempts from the line.
Now, Nueva Ecija goes small to match up dito sa Pangasinan. 18 seconds left in the third. Nueva Ecija clinging on to this 5-point lead. Lawrence Victoria, since he hit a three, has yet to get himself going. Now he drives, doesn't get the friendly bounce. Robles heaves it up, and the third quarter comes to a close. Nueva Ecija holding strong despite multiple attempts by Pangasinan to come back in this game. Highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
Well, contrary to the first 2 quarters where we've had both teams scoring a couple of threes, this time all the points have really come from either the paint or from the line. Really good interior passing for the Rice Vanguards, ending up with guys like Rob Celis and at certain points even Will Macaloni, and even certain points itong si JC. But you know, Heat Waves really holding on well in this game so far against the Rice Vanguards.
Posbong approves dahil lamang ang Nueva Ecija ng 5 sa pagtatapos ng third period, 63-58. By the way, shout out and belated happy birthday to the wife of Coach Rizal Castro, Ma'am Erica Castro. And maraming salamat po sa lahat na nanonood sa atin live on YouTube, Solar Sports, and on pusop.com. Fourth quarter underway. Hezet Cabo returns for the Heat Waves. Quarter scoring. Nueva Ecija 21 points each in the 3 quarters. While Pangasinan got outscored in the first and third periods. Robles off the heel on that jumper. Alin Bulanadi. The crossover. Nice move. Counted. Plus a foul. Alin Bulanadi scores.
Well, impressive finish by Alain Bolanadi. Getting that rebound and seeing that open floor, attacked it downhill.
Gixer, great move of the game. Born for greatness.
At a certain point in time, you knew he was going to go back to that left hand, but nothing so much that Robles could do as si Alin Bolanadi already lifted for that layup make.
Bulanadi, his free throw, will cut it to 2, 63-61. Billy Robles, Ryan Costello, Christian Manaytay, Byron Villarias, and Jammer Amito, the unit for Coach Don Dulay. Villarias, Amito up top, hand off to Robles, guarded by Bulanadi. 8 seconds left on the shot clock.
There you go.
Villarias can't knock down that three, has missed his last 3 attempts from the outside.
And all those attempts, Ken, were open looks, ano? He just couldn't knock it down.
Byron locates Manaytay. One-on-one against... Oh, the up and under! What a move, but just could not convert. But Hamito there to stick it back in for Nueva Ecija.
How about staying disciplined on your hope to get an offensive rebound? Jammer stayed in there, recovered that miss, and turned it into 2 points.
Bulanadi bouncing it off to Vic Manuel, who spins in the paint, lays it up and in. The muscle man with 4 points.
In game number 2, my big question was, why was Vic Manuel taking a lot of shots from the outside? Why he was getting touches from the outside? But that time around, he showed us, even if I get it on the outside, I still have handles to finish it off in the paint.
So palpal si Hamito, si Alin Bulanadi. Robles sa loob. Hamito with back-to-back baskets.
Lahat ng depensa ni Jammer Hamito, parang kung iisipin mo, parang naka-help talaga eh. Kaya naiiwanan siyang libre in that instance.
Coach Don Dula is fired up after those 2 baskets by Jammer Hamito. Now he's asked to guard Vic Manuel. Oh man, Vic Manuel has caught Jammer Hamito time and time again with that move.
Too easy. Drop step, move in the middle, little up and under, then a step through.
The play of the game brought to you by 747 Live. Dito ka sa legit, your game, your chance, your thrill, only with 747 Live.
That baseline drop step really just triggered Jammer Hamito to try and block the shot, pero wala doon yung tira nasa kabila.
Dalawa lang ang lamang, 67-65. Manaytay barrels through Mike Mabulak. And Mabulak tagged with a foul.
We've always thought of Christian Manaytay as, you know, a matchup wonder against the other forwards. But so far, the Heatwaves have done a good job of keeping him checked. With Mike Mabulak, Jory Napoles, Alain Bolanadi, those guys can really keep up with the footwork and the foot speed of Christian Manaytay.
He misses the first free throw. Played just close to 8 minutes in total in game number 2 after coming away with 13 points in game number 1.
Ako, ang mas concerned ko dyan sa performance ni Christian Manaytay. He had only 3 attempts Just 1 out of 3 after going 6 in game number 1, where he shot, what, 5 of 6.
Bulanadi will bring the ball down for the Heatwaves rather. Nasa loob na rin si Lervin Flores. Costello whistled for his third personal foul. He's played a lot of minutes today. Ryan Costello. Bulanadi. Back to Cabo. Manuel sizing up Jack Ramito again. Vic Manuel will earn himself 2 free throws. And after struggling in the first half, beginning to find his rhythm here in the fourth.
Kung merong isang bagay, Ken, na sisimulan mo doon sa regular season game nitong Pangasinan Heatwaves at saka nitong Rice Vanguards, yung single coverage kay Vic Manuel, especially down in the crucial quarters, has proven an advantage for the Heatwaves. And right now, the Rice Vanguards still choosing a single coverage against Vic Manuel down on the low block, which Coach Jerson Cabiltes is really trying to exploit.
Vic Manuel averaging 13.5 points in this series. Hits both free throws and trims the gap to only 1. 8 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists for the muscle man.
Number 2.
By the way, quick shout out lang sa class advisor nung Isle Gold ng Santa Cecilia, si Ma'am Nona Grafane. Pinapasabi ng patikan nating game announcer na si Richard Tampos.
Oh, nanonood din, ha? Mga ibang mga taga-ibang team. Coach Jeff Perlas, Bonsubre, Jun Bonsubre is also watching, and even Coach Warren Capitan of Batangas, who they will have a really good game.
Manuel for the lead, lays it in. Vic Manuel has produced 8 of his 10 points here in the fourth period.
Crucial baskets, very important for Vic.
This time Robles takes the free. Sasablay at bola nakuha ni Lervin Flores. Pangasinan making their run here in the fourth. Magsanhan will direct traffic here. Gives it up to Hesed Gabo. Working with Vic Manuel. Manuel, the catch. The kick out. Bulanadi, shot fake. Draws closer, leaning in. And Macaloni doubles up his 16th rebound. Robles, may buelo. Pinasa palabas. Villarias, catch and shoot free. Still no go.
My, all those 4 attempts for Villarias have been really good looks. Really couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Under 6 minutes remaining. Gabo. The switch. The pass to Bulanadi. He drives again. Dumps it down low to Flores. 4 seconds left on their shot clock. Bulanadi rising up for the jumper. Tapikan ng bola. It will end up with Christian Manaytay and a foul whistled against a Heatwave.
But you see how Vic Manuel, as he gets relieved right now, continues to be active in going after the offensive rebound. Kahit sino tumitira ang kakampi niya, you always see him inside the paint trying to contest, you know, offensive possession for them in the hope of getting one more crack at the basket.
Manuel will earn himself some rest here, but expect a short one. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the fourth. JB Marcelino can't turn the corner. Macaloni. Binigay muna kay JC Marcelino.
Rob wants it.
Celis with 5 on the shot clock. Matched up against Jory Napoles. 2 seconds left. Celis will not get it off in time. What a defensive stand by Jory Napoles.
And I like this, you know, in-game compete between Jory and Rob Celis.
And Napoles playing some mind games against Robbie Celis. We have a timeout. We'll be back with 5 minutes and 50
of the second quarter, pero ang ganda ng recovery at balik ng isang Jory Napoles. Enough for him to be, you know, a vital contributor for the Heatwaves.
Only 3 points and 3 rebounds in game number 2. Coach Jerson Cabiltes. You know he's hell-bent on getting another one here on the road in Palayan City to knock off his former team, the one that he piloted a championship back in 2022.
Alam mo, close yung game. Pero somehow ramdam mo, medyo slight momentum sa side ng Heatwaves.
Galanza turns around. Shot will roll out. Celis comes away with it for Nueva Ecija past the halfway point of the fourth quarter.
And the reason that we say that is that they look more, in my opinion, organized, at least in the last few possessions here in the fourth.
JV tried to skip it to JC. Able to catch it, leaning in, backs it in, and gives the lead back to Nueva Ecija.
Field goals have been few and far in between para dito sa Rice Vanguards in the fourth quarter. And thankfully, that shot went in after those consecutive missed threes from Villarias.
11 points for JC Marcelino. Napoles drives baseline. And he was fouled.
I don't know about that.
Much to the chagrin of the Novoisianos.
And again, I'm just saying that based on how I saw it. I mean, that was a good help on that layup attempt. And to me, that was all ball.
Napoles. 2 free throws coming up. He is 1 out of 3 tonight. Leading his team in scoring. But another big miss. This one at least to tie it up. Free throws have been plenty for both these squads. Napoles though, coming up empty on that trip. But he makes up for it by coming away with a steal.
Wow.
The ball in transition.
One more.
Ulanadi to Vic Manuel. He takes the free. No good.
So that was the right pass. Medyo a little bit on timing off lang, no?
Under 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. JC Marcelino using that Macaloni screen. He will lose it. No, it's a jump ball. Possession arrow pointing to Nueva Ecija.
Thankfully, that possession stays with the Rice Vanguards. It's still up by 1.
Thankfully for them.
Yes.
Because they only have 6 seconds left on their shot clock. JC Marcelino. 3 seconds left. Kicks it out to his brother, JV, who can't cash in, but it's a shot clock violation apparently.
Yeah, because it never hit the rim. It hit the board first before it got to the rim.
Well, they will review it.
I think that's a valid call. Because he went glass instead of going straight to the rim. You see that? There's that kick. Clock reads 1. See.
Nasa kamay
even
pa.
before pa pala.
That's pretty obvious.
I thought halos sabay lang eh. Yung tira at saka yung buzzer.
Three and 36 seconds left. Game number 3. One story will end, while another will move on. Nueva Ecija is in penalty. JC Marcelino tagged with a foul.
And sa dami ng free throws na tinake dito sa game na to, this seems to be more looking like a heat waves type of game.
Morgan's Victoria calmly sinks the first free throw. We are tied 70 all. 18 lead changes and 12 deadlocks in this game. That's how close it has been. Pangasinan reclaims the lead. JC Marcelino will take his time against Hesed Gabo. Same action. Macaloni, the screen up top. They swing it to JV Marcelino. He drives, leaning in, and he gets the basket to drop.
So far, the last couple of baskets have all come from the Twins. None so far from Will, none from Rob, and even Byron.
This was where men separate themselves among boys. Manuel, the muscle man, this time matched up against Will Macaloni. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Bulanani to bail them out. It will bounce out, and a rebound controlled by JC Marcelino.
That was a huge rebound for the Rice Vanguards. Bulanadi had a good look, but they secured that rebound.
Macaloni providing the screen. Kick out pass, JV for three! Five straight points for JV Marcelino.
And this is not the first time we've seen that kind of three from JB Marcelino on that same corner three on the floor here in Palayan.
Three-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances. The last guy you would think of hitting a three at this juncture. JV Marcelino delivers. Timeout, Pangasinan. They're down by 4. Tinomo Encianos about to erupt as JV Marcelino coming up with big plays. 11 points, but none bigger than those last 5. Chance of defense in Palayan City. Alin Bulanadi. Stolen away by Villarreal. Ahead is Robbie Celis. He will lay it in. Nueva is up by 6. We are entering the last 2 minutes. Dangerous pass. Bulanadi controls it with 10 on the shot clock. Vic Manuel tries a 3. No good. And JC coming away with a rebound. But he's in trouble. Victoria and Macaloni getting entangled. If it's a jump ball, possession arrow pointing to Pangasinan.
But there were a couple of really quick technical fouls thrown in there by the refs. I'd like to think, based on how it went, that would have gone to Will Macaloni as well as Lawrence Victoria. See this right here. Secures that ball, holds on to it, couldn't find anyone.
Well, he got tied up.
Tied up with Mike Mabula. Still no call there. There was pushing.
I don't think there was really anything because Macaloni was just trying to clear space for his teammate who was down on the floor.
Yes.
And it wasn't really a big nudge.
Agree. Parang you're trying to keep one of your key players safe from, lahat ng nangyayari sa loob. And I really feel that was a quick technical call by the officials.
Because that's going to be big. Because Macaloni, that's going to be sport foul.
It is a double technical foul between number 8, Lawrence Victoria, his second, and number 14, Will Macaloni, his fourth.
Ayun yung masakit, double technicals. Macaloni, who's been tremendous all series long. Tonight, 12 points and 16 rebounds. Bulanadi. Manuel is free. He tries another free. Still no go. Nueva Ecija trying to cling on. Macaloni swings it to JV Marcelino. A minute and 23 left here in regulation. 8 seconds left on the shot clock of Nueva Ecija. Villarreal. No! And Gabo letting it sail out of bounds. That really would have brought the roof down here. Had the Nueva Ecija Coliseum had that gone in.
That was clear space and a good look for the right guy to make a 3.
Assist of the game is powered by 747 Live. Dito ka sa Legit.
And Rob Sell is finishing it off after that turnover forced by Byron Villarreal after stealing that ball away from Aline Bolanadi.
Huge possession here for Pangasinan. Gabo turns the corner. He got fouled. And two massive free throws coming up for Hesed Gabo.
This is a two-possession game. But still very close, if you ask me. Still a lot of time. Important thing here for Hesed is to make these free throws.
Gabo is 3 out of 4 from the line tonight. Sinks in the first. No need to foul yet if you're Pangasinan. A minute left, especially if Gabo can hit both.
You don't need to. Still got a lot of time to try and come up with a good defensive stop and a crack on the other end.
4-point lead. Nueva Ecija certainly not out of the woods yet. JV pushing off against Hesed Gabo. Numbers here for Nueva Ecija. Celis got fouled hard by Napoles. That was actually a good foul considering the struggles of Robbie Celis at the line all series long.
But I did like though how Rob Celis immediately on a catch went up for an attempt, understanding na hindi nakafocus yung unang tingin ng depensa nito ni Joray Napoles. But the important thing in this situation is for Rob to make these free throws.
3 out of 6 tonight. Big miss. Osbong on the edge. He is now standing up. Nueva Ecija has missed 10 free throws, 24 of 34. Celis rattles in the second. 78-73. Still a lot of time for Pangasinan. Gabo. Both teams in penalty. There's a Gabo. He drives, he kicks it out. Vic Manuel, high arcing free. It's good! Lead down to 2.
Bob, they tried that numerous of times earlier, but this time Vic sinks it.
And Pangasinan almost coming away with a steal. They will review it. Coach Gerson pleading his players to come back on the bench.
Look at that drive by Hesed Gabo on that kick weak side. We've said it earlier, that side of the floor for us three has been friendly for the Heat Waves, and it's still the same result here in this crucial part of the fourth quarter.
Let's see which player touched it last. This is gonna be a big call. Now the important thing, if you're Pangasinan, if in the event it stays with Nueva Ecija, you're just down by 2. You just need one more stop.
One stop, that's right. No need to foul. You gotta go for the stop first.
Now if you're Nueva Ecija, you still need to continue to execute here. A lot of time left on their shot clock. 18 seconds left.
Now the big question here is, will the Heat Waves go for a 2-for-1?
If they get the ball.
If they get the ball, I think they're gonna get it. Well, whoever team in that matter, whether it be Nueva Ecija or Heat Waves.
How about the guts of Vic Manuel after missing a couple of threes? He even had to adjust on that third attempt, but was able to still make it.
You see that was that ball tap.
It was off Gabo, yeah. So Nueva Ecija with a basketball. Coach Don Dulay will sue for time. Still has 2 remaining. Will use one of them and will stay on the air and will listen in.
You got the ball here, right? This has got to be important here, okay? We're gonna 4 out here, okay? We're gonna look for Vic here.
Saka mag-zone nyo ko, ha? Corner na kami pares. Okay lang. Basta makuha lang natin.
Jesse, kunin mo ha.
Hey, this is Robbie, right? If this is denied, you gotta flash, okay? You gotta flash.
Well, it's a hunt game. Now they're trying to hunt for whoever is defending Vic Manuel. He might be the one getting involved in some action, be it a two-man game or he be the one to attack off of it.
Three fouls for Vic Manuel. And they've been successful with that high pick and roll action between JC Marcelino and Will Macaloni. Daming breakdown sa defense ng Pangasinan here in the fourth. They're having trouble inbounding it, and it's Bong Galanza intercepting that pass. Galanza all the way! We are tied at 78 all!
Major miscue off that inbound for the Rice Vanguards. Didn't have anyone free. Rob Celis was right there, but he got fronted, and that skip, what a timing on that deflect by Bong, and just the presence of mind to go ahead and finish it despite the defense of JC. That was big.
Bong Galanza has struggled all series long, making a big play on the both sides of the floor. Another timeout by Nueva Ecija. Well, we weren't able to catch.
Remember, you do not need to foul.
5 on the floor for Nueva Ecija, the Marcelino twins, Byron Villarias, Robbie Celis, and Will Macaloni. 14 seconds left on their shot clock. Zipper action, muffed. Oh, Manuel, not a good foul.
Oh, man.
They are in penalty.
Oh, wow.
Something they did not need.
And look at the clock. Because at this point, it now becomes possible 2-for-1 for the Rice Vanguards.
Macaloni with a clutch free throw.
Sniper de Mexico, nanonood na. Pati si Javi pala niya.
Si Apports.
Apports.
Macaloni with another monstrous performance. 14 points and 16 rebounds. Coach Gerson Cabildes burning his final timeout.
Well, if they advance the ball, Ken, there should be enough time for them to execute anything. And so far, let's remember, they've been successful with Vic and Joray handling the ball.
34 seconds left. Let's listen in.
Mag-automatic choke yung mga yan. Okay? So relax tayo sa quick double. Walang pausan!
Ball possession!
Coach Mike, 34 seconds remaining. Both teams, no more timeouts. Both teams in penalty. And Pangasinan is down by 2. Win or go home. Game number 3 in this North Division quarterfinals.
And it wasn't enough to finish this in 2 games. Now we're still in it in the final 34 seconds with the Rice Vanguards up by just a couple of points with the Heat Waves having possession.
Legacies can be defined here in the last few possessions. Galanza will trigger it in. He is joined by Joray Napoles, Vic Manuel, Alin Bulanadi, and Hesed Cabo. Manuel is free! Backs it in! Quick basket for Pangasinan!
Boy, they missed that. One little short roll for Vic Manuel down on the low block. Too easy.
About an 8-second differential between shot and game clock. Marcelino trying to navigate through traffic. Deflected by Napoles, and they get back the possession.
That is going to be Heat Waves ball.
What a defensive stand by the Heat Waves.
And really, this series right here, he snaked it, got that deflect, but again, who was there to help? Joray Napoles to block that shot. But how about this setup though? masked it with that
Yeah.
lift upstairs by Bulanadi, but really intended for Vic Manuel to get that ball on the low block where he's been very successful.
Macaloni got screened there, got lost in that switch. And that was how Vic Manuel got free. 15 points for the muscle man after being scoreless in the first half.
And he's been quite crucial here in the latter part of this game, Vic Manuel. Really just coming alive at the right point of this game.
What a game. 12 deadlocks, 19 lead changes. We mentioned how this was the most compelling series in the first round of the MPBL playoffs. And boy, it did not. Pangasinan with a basketball on the road, trying to knock out the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards at home. Hesed Gabo, 11 seconds left. Matched up against JV Marcelino. 6 seconds remaining. Gabo
Too far.
slips, takes a shot. It's good!
God!
Hesed Gabo knocking out his former team here in Palayan City.
What a finish by Hesed Gabo. In certain points in the season, he's been judged to lead these heat waves. It was tough leading them initially, but to finish it off with that middle floater down the gut of the lane. Huge play for Hesed Gabo.
Coach Gerson Cabiltes under the microscope. The struggles. 4-7 Live. Play what you love. Win what you deserve.
I don't think everybody expected that it was Hesed Gabo who would finish this off eventually.
And they get this win. And not only that, Coach Mike, they are the second team only to advance as a 7th seed in the MPBL playoffs. Hesed Gabo coming up clutch once again for the Pangasinan Heatwaves. What a story. Up by 5, but Pangasinan clawing their way back, chipped in, never gave up. And a stunner here in Palayan City, defeating Nueva Ecija, knocking them out of the playoffs 82-80. Let's